afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is What News Now. The Social Security System, or SSS, has started implementing the contribution hike despite opposition from some business and employer groups. Beginning Thursday, January 19, contributions are now 14% of the monthly salary credit. That's from 13% back in 2021 and 2022. The additional 1 percentage point hike will be covered by employers. The contribution adjustment is on schedule as set under the Social Security Act of 2018. The SSS says employers and businesses previously appealed to suspend the rate hike. However, the state insurer said it could no longer hold off the increase at the risk of shortening the actuarial life of SSS. Meanwhile, SSS President and CEO Rolando Macasait says stakeholders should not look at the hike as additional operational costs. Instead, it should be considered as an investment to ensure the viability of the workers' pension fund. And the Department of Education has vowed to be transparent on the issue of overpriced laptops. DepEd spokesperson Attorney Michael Poa told the chiefs that they are willing to coordinate with the Ombudsman on the possible filing of cases. The Senate Blue Ribbon Committee has concluded that the agency's laptop procurement project in 2021 was overpriced by almost 1 billion pesos. With this, the panel recommended charges against former and current officials of the DepEd, as well as the procurement service of the Budget Department. The DepEd is now looking at improvements in procurement controls and processes within the agency.
If the Ombudsman takes cognizance of the case and upon evaluation actually files charges, of course, DepEd naman po will commit to cooperate in terms of documentations that needed.
In other news, the former Chief of Staff of Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile has been released from jail. Gigi Reyes has been incarcerated for 9 years for her alleged involvement in the pork barrel scam. She was temporarily discharged from the Taguig City Jail through a writ of habeas corpus that was granted by the Supreme Court. Reyes argued that she was deprived of her constitutional right to due process, specifically the right to speedy trial. Enrile, Reyes, and a few others supposedly amassed over 172 million pesos in kickbacks through non-government organizations or NGOs handled by former businesswoman Janet Lim Napoles. And President Bongbong Marcos is wrapping up his visit to Switzerland today. But before that, he made some last-minute pitches on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum. Gerard de la Peña with the report.
The changing dynamics of trade has revealed one thing about the Philippine economy, that there are emerging sources of investments. This is what President Bongbong Marcos told delegates of the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. In his dialogue with WEF President Jorge Brend, Marcos Jr. said one of the country's strongest sources of foreign direct investments now is Singapore. In the past, these were China and the United States. The president explained that trade partnerships are becoming more regional.
I think there has been a consensus amongst the Southeast Asian countries, Asia-Pacific countries, that we have to build these partnerships together. And the idea was really that because of we need to encourage trade and to have these partnerships because we are coming into an uncertain world with the post-pandemic global economy.
He added that the government has focused on MSMEs to help push the domestic economy. Trade Chief Alfredo Pascual explained the importance of the country's WEF participation for the sector.
Ang isang mas malaking objective ko nga ay makapag-exchange ng ideas kung paano, halimbawa, tutulungan ang mga maliliit na negosyo, yung mga tinatawag nating MSME, ano ba ang strategy natin.
In selling the Philippines as an investment destination, the president put forth the young and skilled Filipino workforce who can speak English well.
The reason that I'm so confident about that is because we have this workforce. We have a very, very good workforce in the Philippines. We have the youngest workforce in Asia. You might be surprised to learn that the average age of a Filipino worker is 23 and a half years old.
Marcos Jr. is scheduled to meet with the Filipino community in Zurich before flying back home. Reporting from Davos, Switzerland, for News 5, Gerard de la Peña, We Are One News.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Let's take a quick look at some of the stories we're watching today. A social weather station survey found that 11.8% of Filipino families experienced involuntary hunger in the last quarter of 2022. This figure is slightly up from the 11.3% in the third quarter of last year. Education Secretary and Vice President Sara Duterte is reporting on the state of basic education on January 30. DepEd spokesperson Michael Poa said that issues like the K-12 curriculum and teacher salaries will be included in this report. And ICTSI's longtime officer, Rafael Consing Jr., is the new presidential advisor on investment and economic affairs. In a disclosure to the Philippine Stock Exchange, ICTSI said Consing is retiring from his role as CFO and compliance officer immediately. And Dolly De Leon makes history once again. She is the first Filipino actress to get nominated in the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, or BAFTA. Dolly is in the running as Best Supporting Actress for her performance as Abigail in Triangle of Sadness. Also nominated in the same category are Angela Bassett, Hong Chau, Kerry Condon, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Carey Mulligan. The 2023 BAFTA Awards is happening at the Festival Hall in London next month. And Jin, a phenomenal boy band BTS, has finished basic training for South Korea's mandatory military service. More details on that and other entertainment headlines in the Showbiz Minute by the Associated Press. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.